Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. I hope that you're enjoying the series. I'll put the link in the description below to the entire series if you'd like to catch up on any videos that you missed or start from the beginning. Enjoy. All right, everyone. So we're about 1 p.m. on Monday, August 16th. I'm watching AMD closely here to see if I want to use my second day trade today to potentially throw a put option on this as the bullish momentum has died down and it's sitting about mid-range on the RSI. I would like to see it higher on the RSI, but so it goes. So I'm looking to see if I want to throw a put option on that. Now, I did close my AMC out from the video earlier. I set a 2% trailing stop loss on it once it got over 5% gains, and it stopped me out at 35.07, which is I feel good about. It puts me green on the day. So the last thing that I want to do is come in and turn a green day red by taking an unnecessary risk. I don't have to take this day trade right now. I could just hold out until setting my overnight trades, but I saw this setup potentially playing out. Now, what I would like to see happen at the moment, to be honest, is I'd like to see it make a run at this 200 MA and get rejected off of it, and then hoping that that stretches this RSI more into like overbought territory, and then get the bearish crossover above the baseline and in overbought territory. So I thought that was going to play out much faster, and it just hasn't at the moment. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on that still. The other ones that I'm watching closely are Neo, though this is sort of like running a bit away from me at the moment. I wouldn't jump in at this price point at the moment based on the indicators here. And a couple of others that I was watching, Palantir. Now, I also don't have to run these options trades as day trades. I could run them as longer term swing trades, but I think I'll look to do that more toward the end of the week when I exhaust my day trades and, look for something that I can hold overnight that's not necessarily an earnings play. Because also I talked in the video earlier today about there being like some pretty lackluster earnings opportunities later in the week. So I might kind of be running low on those anyway. So still kind of looking to see if there's something here, see if this AMD situation is going to play out. And I guess if AMC looks like it's going to go again, I wouldn't be opposed to jumping there, though it would probably have to be in shares. I don't know that I could afford calls on AMC. Well, I guess I could. I could do it 38, 39. That wouldn't be that bad. But I mean, the percentage gain potential just from shares, which is much less risky, it feels like that's more in line with how much of my accounts I would have to be putting in order to make that happen. So I would maybe feel better about that. FUV's gotten beat up quite a bit today, and we're going to see if that wants to recover at all, but let's see what AMD is doing at this point. Okay, still kind of futzing around here. So MACD near the baseline, but I would really like, this was the primo setup. Like, this is the one that I would be hoping to replicate here. All in overbought territory, and then you're well above the baseline here on the MACD, and then you get the bearish crossover. So you could have picked that up around, say, something like 107.47, and then rode that down to low 107s, and then if you had held through there, you could have ridden it down into the 106s, and that would have been a nice gain potentially. Okay, so we're gonna get a bearish crossover here. I don't know if I love where we are. RSI also already getting down quite low. Now, when it bearish crossed over here, RSI was down at 46, and then it still ran down quite a bit dollars wise. It is in a bearish trend right now in the 1 minute, So the options that I could take on this would be puts around 103 if I wanted to risk a lot of my account, 102 if I wanted to risk a little over half, 101 would be a little less than half, and any of those have fine spreads. I mean, they're okay. They're not my favorites. But the open interest is high enough that I shouldn't have an issue getting in and out of the position. It would just be a matter of the spread between the bid and the ask, because you can bleed away profit really, really quickly in these instances. 105.87 is the low for the day. I must be wondering if we're rolling down here to hit another bottom at this 106.61, and if it would pop off of that, it could actually be a call option play. Let's see what it does here at the moment. This might end up to be a no trade situation, which is, if it does, I'll just tack it on to the front of the video that I do for close, just for, I don't know, good record keeping. So let's see, is it going to fall through here, or it's going to jump? Because if it jumps here, I could see it making a run from the baseline or just under the baseline upward, but it's kind of given way at the moment. Let's see. And at this point now, it's going to feel like it's too far down for me to grab this put. I feel like I would have already let too much meat off the bone. AMC not doing a lot at the moment. Let's see. Okay. This could be a solid setup. That nice double bounce off that 34.79 zone over here. We get a nice big move. That could be a good one to take a chance on also. Because you never know when it's going to run up another 15-20% out of nowhere. Are we getting an actual bump here, or is this just a fake out? Because this would be, you see all of this previous support just a few minutes ago, because these are 1 minute candles. And so what I'm wondering is, are we rolling down? See, we had this channel up, right? And then push back, and then it basically double topped out. It didn't quite make it up as high. And now it's been rolling down. But now, I'm wondering if we're going to be able to, no, it's losing it. I wouldn't throw a call option at this at the moment. Okay. All right, I'm not going to go there. Let me see if there's anything at AMC, and if not, then we'll just roll it until near close and see what the overnight plays are. So probably be my last significant buy-ins for, okay, we have a good setup here for earnings is what I was going to say. Since after tonight, there aren't many earnings that I like anymore. So I want to grab 3 of these, is the question. What are we doing here? So we're just at the baseline. You see MACD coming up nicely all along. So is the RSI. Could get a bullish crossover 20 over the 50. Which has carried us plenty of times before. The 200 coming in for additional support. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to take this down to 2. All right, I'm going to go 2 as to not risk so much of my account. Okay. In and out of AMC all day. And then I guess because I have held AMC overnight several times, I guess the question could be if I even end up taking this off of the plates and day trading it back out today. We'll see. So it could save that. But I have another one coming in tomorrow, and then another one on Wednesday. Is that right? I don't know. We'll see. Having a weird time counting these right now. Oh no, I just get them all back tomorrow. I see. So we'll see what happens here. And from my perspective, I think what I'm going to do is if we break this 34.82, I'll probably look to stop loss out, which would be kind of unfortunate. But if we can get something going here, and if I can get myself up on my P&L here around another, probably at like 3% gain, if we get there, I'll probably set myself a 1% trailing stop. And if we get another 5% again, then I'll probably hit myself with a 2% trailing stop and just let it ride and see what happens. But we could be catching another nice move today. It's essentially the same setup as we saw earlier, so it's just a little bit of rinse and repeat. But we'll see what happens, and I will tack this on. So next time I see you, we're just going to fade over into the end of the day, and I'll either let you know what happened with this, and or we'll just set up our overnight trades and go from there. All right, I'll see you soon. All right, folks, so we're about 15 minutes before market close on Monday, August 16th. We're going to set up our overnight trades. Now, these are going to be some of the last earnings trades that we do for the moment, so we're going to have to get a little creative in the coming days ahead, because to me, we'll take a quick look and we can talk through why on those days, but there aren't a bunch that are super interesting to me. And so I think that that'll keep me out of earnings for the most part, but will allow us to set up some different types of trades. Now, it could cut down on the frequency as well. We might enter some swing trade positions for options and things like that. But, you know, I've been doing pretty well with AMC and stuff. So let's do a quick update on that actually before we get any further. So I turned the red day to green today, so that's good. Now I went back into AMC, which you would have seen from the video that I did earlier in the day, and I'm stitching together with this one. So I had gone ahead and I had bought more at 35.36. Then I set this take profit and stop loss, and it hit my stop loss, unfortunately. So I only made a few pennies per share, but and that burned, you know, the only other day trade that I had for today. But I have one more that will come up tomorrow. So if I want to use that tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, probably won't use it on Friday. But I'll look for a good candidate for that, and I won't have any sort of wiggle room, so I won't be looking to waste that at all. And that'll put us in a tight position. We're gonna have to hold a bunch of stuff overnight, but so it goes. Now AMD, which I was looking at potentially jumping into, I'm pretty glad that I didn't, I think, for the most part. But let's just take a look. It would have been okay. The problem with the options contract is you need it to move so much intraday in order to really make it worth it. That's the tricky part. It can look good on the chart, but whether or not it's really going to move the stock price in the direction that you want it to is is the issue. Now, the earnings plays that I'm interested in are mostly here. POW, Roblox, TME, maybe we'll take a look at IDEX, and FUV. FUV is also very heavily shorted. And so my question there is, will that bring a bunch of undue pressure? Or you see there, almost 35% and almost 90% utilization rate. Or will it, you know, give the potential to kick off a short squeeze that could make tomorrow really, really interesting? So that's kind of what I'm trying to figure. And what do I have here capital wise? I have like $104 that I can use overnight. So that's what I'm going to have to be working with. And obviously I don't want to use all of that since I've not had, I obviously did much better early on with my earnings plays than we have had luck recently. But overall, it has trended positively, but just not as quickly as I would have liked to. So it's, you know, always battling the impatience of a trader. Afternoon coffee. Got an ice cube stuck in my mouth. Okay, so here's POW, which is pretty interesting to me. Decent volume and expected really good growth, and we'll have positive EPS. Revenue numbers relatively small, but the stock price is small as well. RBLX, I haven't looked at. This is going to be too expensive for this type of a situation though, but I had put this in my newsletter that I sent out because I thought it might be interesting to some folks. Now, TME, my worry here, I mean, look at how much it has fallen off. My worry here is just how sketchy people are right now and how willing they are to push Chinese stocks down. That one makes me pretty concerned here. Yeah, China. So that one I'm not so sure on for that reason. IDEX can just be a real wild card and very, very low price point. So that's a tough one, just being sort of penny stock wise. And then FUV, which is just kind of fun to say. FUV is here. Now FUV is a little bit different because FUV has come up quite a bit, even kind of in the face of all this short seller pressure, I guess, and has really started to peel down. Now what happened here on the 13th? I guess we should check that. We have about 10 minutes left. Okay. I don't know what happened. All right, so for whatever reason, there was this big sell-off several days in a row. It doesn't seem to be anything popping up from a news perspective. Let me see if they have anything on Ortex. Right. Surprisingly practical. That seems like that's a positive article, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know. But this puts basically FUV and POW, TME, and IDEX all in play. But I also haven't had really great luck spreading so thin because the losers are bigger losers than the gainers are, which is just often a typical thing from earnings. If you get crushed, you really get crushed. If you win, you win okay. But also a lot of people, quickly start taking profits. So let me see. So I feel like I want POW because that's positive. I kind of feel like I want FUV because it has this short potential, but it also hasn't been beaten down that much. So I'm wondering how much this running up has priced in any of these like really good expectations. Plus, then if they miss those, that's going to get absolutely slaughtered. So I kind of wonder if I just keep that on the radar for tomorrow, and if it's doing anything phenomenal, then I'll know that it has this short squeeze potential. I mean, it's not like I'm replacing it with anything that's really great. Tencent has the Chinese FUD, and IDEX just, is dealing with this, and they're so low price. I think that they're a cool company. I don't know what their main problem is, but to me, they are a pretty cool company. I don't know if they're just having a lot of trouble executing on their vision or what the deal is, but yeah, you see they have had some wild run-ups here. And only 1 day trade left for the rest of the week. I mean, luckily I've had a good eye for AMC lately, but eventually I'll misstep there just by nature of statistics. All right, so I need to get into my plays here. So now I'm thinking maybe I will just pick up one of several of these. I don't know why my computer is working so hard. Okay, so POW, let's get into POW. And let's go market buy. And let's go 3 POWs. Yes, I'm not going to day trade it. All right, so I got my POWs, and then I don't know, and then it's really just a crapshoot. What do I have left? 80 bucks. Okay, so I think I'll just take small positions in the others, and then that'll just be the case. But I'll just pick these up, and we'll kind of see if our luck can change. All right, so we get a FUV, and we'll get I really only want one TME. These are really silly buys, but gotta kind of be in the game. It's like the double-edged sword. And then IDEX, I'll go with 5. So I'm like, I both feel like I'm in several positions overnight, but also mostly staying in cash, though that probably won't be the case when it comes down to it. It's going to be an interesting after close for me. See what's going to happen. Okay, so now how am I looking? Now I'm wondering if I should, yeah, I have a lot, almost $50 left, so I'm only in here. Yeah, not that much in, but I mean, that could also be okay. I could always grab an AMC for overnight. Maybe I'll do that. Just trying to quickly take a look at the chart here. I'm gonna hold off. All right, I think I'm gonna keep the rest in cash. We'll just see if any of these can have really great after hours. Well, and pre-market for that matter, because I can't sell in the after hours because my day trades are at 0. So it'll be an interesting few days ahead because we're gonna have to change tactics and kind of make decisions from there. But this is where I'm gonna be. Kind of wondering if I just at least want one more FUV in order to put a little meat on the bone. No, I'm okay. All right. Oh, decisions. Okay. Well, I'll keep an eye on AMC as well. That could be a good opportunity for these days where I don't have day trades, but if my eye for AMC can continue to pull me out of some quicksand from day to day, then that could be helpful in the overnight trades when there might not be other stocks with clear catalysts. There are potentially some biopharma catalysts that I'll be looking at. Cara is one. Yep, I just saw it there. Cara. This has been beaten down a lot, but this has a decision coming up, I think, early next week. So this could be a potential play late in the week or even midweek if there gets to be any interest in it. And then AXSM has been beaten down a lot, where if they can sort of address some concerns from the FDA, that might turn around really quickly. TVTX, I don't know if that's going to really have another run, but this had a really great run today. And we'll see if it has the potential for multi-day. But just look for these catalysts from day to day. But the hard thing is just getting any buys in early, knowing that you're going to hold it all day and overnight. That's, to me, becomes the big challenge. But we'll just see what happens. But I'm pleased with this start to the week, and I'm really hoping that can sort of recover. Had one really great week and then one pretty poor week. Luckily, we're still on the green side of things, but I really need to kind of buckle down and focus in the way that I had it on week number 1. So we can keep this going strong, get this account to a reasonable level, and then start the next challenge. And we'll talk more about that when we get closer to it. All right, well, I hope your trading week got off to a good start, and I will see you in the next video.